everybody.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Well, let's start the insanity.
Hello and welcome to the Weekly Yak. I am Mac along with Mel.
Hello.
And Randy's back.
Hey!
After a long hiatus.
Yes.
Two weeks, I guess. Not that big a deal.
It's been 3 whole weeks since I've been here.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I missed 2 weeks.
That's math, yeah.
Yeah.
This
Math
is
is
the
hard.
third week, yeah.
Yes.
But for a good reason, though, right? You weren't gone because you didn't like us, or
Well, I mean, it wasn't a good reason, but I was gone for a very serious
for a real reason.
For a real reason.
Well, the first one we said it was a family thing, but then I'm going to turn the air off.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
You guys talk.
Well, while we talk, I just want to tell you guys that are listening, we've all had a week or two.
It's been a...
So
Yeah.
we're having a whiskey week. We've
And
already
shot Fireball.
We've already shot some Fireball, and we're drinking whiskey while we do this, so you know it's going to be good.
Remember last episode when I said I wasn't going to drink for a while?
Welcome back. We're
Yep.
glad you're here.
And then the other week you had job stuff. Last week you missed was job stuff.
Oh,
right?
last week it was job stuff, yeah. But, yeah. Which ended up being a total bust anyway, but it is what it is.
Oh, your mom's calling.
It's okay. I'll put her on silent.
Mom's always call at the
Ugh.
wrong time.
Yeah,
Oh, Bingo. Bingo's trying to drink my whiskey.
I mean, I've had a bad week. All my weeks are bad, but I mean, I think y'all's. It's not normal for y'all to have a bad week, right? I mean, not all the time.
I mean,
nothing outstanding, but I wish I could get like frequent flyer miles for the amount of time I've been on the road this week. I
feel you
have
there.
been
On the road again.
I'm like, I've been everywhere, man.
That's a good-
I've been all over the place. And last night, I got in after midnight. It's one act play season, so I'm doing that. And I got in after midnight and then had to wake up at like 6:30 this morning to drive to Temple, then Colleen, then back here.
Yeah.
So I'm been going and I need a break.
Oh, so it hasn't been like people.
No, it's not really been. I'm getting lots of sympathy from Bingo.
It's travel.
Yeah.
It's road. It's being on the road.
Man, I'm just not a road person. I mean, I like to travel, but like
Well, it can wear you out. I mean, just driving,
just going back and forth and back
Definitely.
and forth and back and forth. If it was like a keep going kind of situation, but I'm just going.
Like if you were just straight through to a destination and then back, and
Like-
that was it.
Bo and I are planning a trip to Alabama this summer to go see family, and that's okay. That's different. We're going to drive and see the South, and it'll be wonderful, back and forth, and that's great. But it's like going from like Monday, I was in Brownwood, so I drove from Waco to Brownwood. Then I drove back to Waco.
How far away is Brownwood?
It was about
An hour?
It was like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, and then Tuesday was, and so it's just a lot of back and forth and back and forth.
when a
and,
super long commute is part of your regular schedule, it gets old really quick.
yeah,
Versus like just a road trip every now and then can be really enjoyable
yeah,
in specific situations. But that long commute regularly, it takes a toll.
yeah. I'm wiped, but I'm here. I'm excited. I'm drinking whiskey.
There you go.
Drinking whiskey with the boys, and the
Yeah.
boys are including Bingo.
Cracked
who's-
open a cold one.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Did you do something different with my mic? Because it's
it's a
crisp
little-
as fuck. I love it. No, I love it.
Well,
Don't
I had
change
to
it.
turn it up for Kami last week because
Yeah.
she was real quiet and stuff.
I love
so.
this.
All right.
Oh, hello.
I just turned it up. I
love it.
didn't make it warmer
Need
or
do some ASMR.
some brown sugar on it. Oh, some ASMR, yeah.
I
That really works for me.
Squarespace.
Okay.
Touching.
Maybe if we just say Squarespace enough, we'll get Squarespace as
Just say it 3 times and
Because
summon it
you
like
did
Beetlejuice.
it when I was messing that one. You had to fill time when I was changing our voices, and you had
Yes.
to you did like a string of commercials
Of the different sponsors
that we don't have. So
Sorry
I mean, it's
about it.
free. They
That's
didn't
true.
pay us
Yeah.
for it, so
A couple of weeks ago, every time I talked about somebody, would say, not a sponsor.
yeah.
I'd be like,
What
Got
is
to clarify.
Is Squarespace the web builder
yeah.
thing? Okay, service. All right.
I used it for a little while when I was doing a classical music blog that went nowhere because I ended that shit.
Well,
My life is in shambles. It's
It
okay.
makes you sound really classy, though. Oh, shit.
I mean,
Siri.
if there's-
Siri,
If there's anything
Siri,
about me,
what
it's
a
classy.
bitch.
she is. She's just trying to listen in.
So what's been the deal with your week? What's been the deal with your day that
It's-
made you want some whiskey mac?
Because she was bringing it. It doesn't matter. She's bringing whiskey.
Oh, so
Mel's
it's
bringing
just a
whiskey.
normal.
Well,
It's,
for you.
I'm driving everyone to alcoholism. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're an enabler. That's okay.
I am an enabler.
But I mean, she
What's
didn't enable
new?
this Pepto Bismol tequila
Yeah,
that
what's
you've got
this
here.
rant?
It's tequila rose. Come on,
Not a sponsor.
strawberry creme.
But I tell you, if Tequila Rose, you do become a sponsor, I will drink the fuck out of
Yeah.
You
it.
best believe it.
Strawberry cream liquor with a splash of
I
tequila.
might
Because the
spit
free
that shit
stuff
back
is the
out.
best stuff. Yeah, I swish it.
Yeah, it's good. I just had it forever, so I was like, well, I
For
don't.
good
I feel
reason.
weird drinking it by myself, so I
Dude,
was like,
we
well,
have whiskey in front of us. Like, you're fine. You just drink that, and
Okay.
I'll drink my whiskey.
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, no. I mean, like, if y'all weren't here drinking this,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why it's still around because
You know,
I don't want to just drink it alone.
I saw something the other day. It was like, you're not drinking alone if your dog is with you.
Oh,
so,
all right, Bingo.
is
There you go.
Bingo is, a good wingman, aren't you, dude? Yeah.
He
Yep.
can drink any of us under the table.
Yeah. He's really trying to get this whiskey.
Yeah, Bingo just he's like a vacuum, I guess. He'll whatever's on the floor, he'll just eat, and then I just know this because he throws up all the time.
Oh, poor
dude.
guy. I also have
I'm
an
like,
animal that throws up quite frequently,
Yeah.
so I understand.
I'm like, Bingo, buddy, you can't just eat whatever's on the floor. I'm sorry. I mean, he acts like I don't. Yeah, I'm talking. Look at him looking at me like
he
I'm.
is.
Don't say what I do.
This is great for radio, by the way.
He's like, you're going to tell my
Yes.
secrets. I'm
Look
gonna
at
tell your
Bingo.
secrets.
Let's all
this
look at
dog.
Bingo.
Look at this dog looking at Mac. It's amazing.
See, all the other times, like I've tried to keep Bingo away, but you guys are way too are good people and want him around. So
Yes.
Well, Bingo is in love with me. We all know this.
Yes.
I've been kissed on mic. I've been my boobs have been groped. Like, Bingo is sitting in my lap right now.
Bingo is a magnet for private areas because every time he's asleep on me, he will step on nut. Every time he gets up, every time.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Yeah. I was like, how do you just audit? How do you are you mad because you don't have any? Is that so? He's like, well, just take this.
So you took this.
Revenge.
Yeah.
That's what you
He just
do.
dances on him and and then I throw up. Then I throw up.
Then
too.
you throw up. There you go.
No, I don't know. I need it to be summer. This year's been
Yeah.
rough,
Yeah.
and local stuff. It almost feels like I mean, this isn't any job really. Like if you don't have leadership that you believe in, then it's really hard to not to care at all, but to care more, like to go above and beyond.
Absolutely.
It makes you want to do the bare minimum, if that,
Makes you just want to get by.
Yeah, and it's just there's a lot in my particular situation. There's a lot of, well, you guys know it's a hierarchy. It's like a bureaucracy. There's so many, and it's almost like Office Space where there's 8 bosses or whatever, and they're all kind of not being leaders, and it makes you. I'm like, well, if they're not, I mean,
Yeah.
Talking
Makes you
about
not wanna-
anyone specific, Mac.
no. But I mean, anybody. I think a lot of people could relate to that. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah. Like, I had a little tantrum is a nice word to put
you
it.
threw a tantrum.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh.
a shocker. A few weeks ago, same thing, just feeling like no one is listening and no one's supporting the peons, and we're the ones that make the dream happen,
Right.
and that gets frustrating. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's just human existence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're constantly those people that are under the rock that's being the foot upon the rock, pushing us down,
Well, I don't think I, a lot of, they say that, what is the time frame, like 5 years or so, something, a certain amount of years is when people start getting antsy and wanting a change.
It's like 4 to 6 years is the range. 4 to 6
4 to
years.
6. And I mean, that's what it is for me being a teacher. Not that I don't want to be a teacher anymore. It's just like maybe just I just need a change of scenery is probably the thing.
Yeah.
So
It's fair.
I mean, I know you got out of it, Randy, but
Woot woot.
I left
No
and
regrets.
came back.
Yeah.
So there you go.
yeah.
No ragrats with an A.
But it's like, I don't know, summer vacation is very enticing to stay.
Yeah, it is.
Sure is nice.
There.
I can tell you that is the one thing that I miss, because even a couple weeks ago when it was spring break, I'm teaching this semester and I had spring break off, but I still had to work from my day job. So I was like, oh, well, yeah, I don't have to go to class, but still have to go to work. So
Yeah.
it's just another day. But yeah, summer, I do miss just doing nothing and
Totally.
you know, but then also I don't miss the grind, and
Yeah, I totally feel you there.
because especially, when I was full time teaching college, I was at a theater. So I was teaching classes in the morning, and then the afternoon were office hours and prep, like any kind of work to prep for shows. And then evenings were either rehearsals or shows. So I was easily working, 12 to 16-hour days. And there was a good period of at least 6 years that I really didn't see my husband, except for summer, because I would be at school from, 8 in the morning to 11 at night. And then you come straight home and you don't want to, you're just like, good night.
That was
later.
that was life as a music major. Like it's totally the same thing. Like you're in class all day and then you're rehearsing either with a group or on your own for hours and hours on end. I totally understand, but I miss it so much.
Yeah, there's a part of it that's like, oh man, I miss it. But then when you get a break, you're like, oh, so nice to not do anything. And it is not. I will say this for the 9 to 5 job is it's kind of nice to 9 to 5. There's not a lot of nights, not a lot of weekends. And when you do work night or weekends, you can take a day off. Like
that's the case with our job anyway.
Yeah, I worked all last Saturday, so I'm going to take at least half a day off tomorrow because I worked all day last Saturday.
What is that? Comp time? Is that what it's called?
Flex time.
Flex time.
Hey.
Yeah. And then I'm working this Saturday, which means I'm just getting more flex time. So I'm just going to take all the breaks and sleep in and all these great things that I am super excited about.
I'm doing my best not to use flex time. That way I can save up all my PTO that I just used like almost all of my PTO the past couple of weeks. That way I can build it up. That way I can take 2 weeks off in the summer for band camp. Don't laugh at me, Mac. Fuck you.
I'm going to take at least 2 weeks off this summer to go to Alabama, but most importantly, to go to Georgia because I'm going to go to a Braves game.
Oh, yeah.
Happy
'Cause today's opening day.
Happy baseball season, baseball fans. If you're not a baseball fan, then suck it.
Well, I was going to wait till the second half, but I guess we can do it now.
It's a holiday.
We can talk about opening day.
Yes, baseball.
Because
The only sport I can tolerate.
your favorite team is the Braves. Did they win
Braves,
today?
Fuck no. We got our asses handed to us. But you know what? Normally I take that as a really negative means, but I'm just
It's not an omen of a predictor for the rest of the season necessarily.
There's 161 more games. We sucked it up at the beginning of the last season, and then we were the NL East champs.
Yep.
So I ain't mad. There's time. I'm just excited. This is like, I can't count. It's at least the 8th year in a row that I've watched the first pitch on opening day for the Braves. Like, I don't miss it. And I was driving, so I had to pull over on the side of the road so I could watch, because I was like, I've done this for this many years on the road. I'm going to watch it. So I pulled over on I-35 so I could see it. Hey, baseball.
I used to be a Ranger fan. I'm not anymore.
Oh, they got their ass handed to them today, too.
Oh, of course.
By
they
who?
did. Of course. I think they're playing the Cubs.
The Cubs, which are my number 2 team.
Go Cubs, go.
Yeah.
Go Cubs, go.
Braves, number 1.
Hey,
Cubs,
Chicago, what do you say?
Cubs are gonna
The Cubs win
today.
The Cubs did win today.
They did.
So now I'm just kind of a general baseball fan.
Yeah.
It's almost better. Well, okay. So the lows are way not as low. That's not a good sense. The lows are not. It's not disparaging, but the highs are not as high either. When you stick with a team and then they win.
It's kind of like right now, it's March Madness time, and we talked about this at brackets, and I actually do still, amazingly enough, have a team in it. Auburn is in the Sweet 16.
I thought we were talking about baseball.
But this, give me a second. It's a segue.
Okay.
Is, normally you're like, oh, it's March Madness time. That's cool. I don't really care about any of the teams in it. But baseball, I mean, I do have the Braves, but I just love baseball, man. I could turn it on and why are you being an asshole, man? I could watch any game. And baseball, let me tell you, I don't care what you say, people. Baseball is the best thing to nap to. I love to
totally
turn on a game.
Well, yeah, but that would be somebody's argument for why it sucks.
No.
I don't agree with that, but I'm saying,
like, I will watch a game, but I will turn on a game and just the lull of the crowd, and then just talk about ASMR and the smack of the bat and the ball hitting the glove and all of these things, and then I can go to sleep for like an hour, and then I wake up and I'm like, baseball are the score, and it's so nice. Like I love all things baseball season. Because also it means summer's around the corner.
That's
and
it.
Come on, baseball times, guys. Baseball times.
Baseball.
So
baseball.
I'm not a good sports fan. Period. I don't regularly keep up with any teams.
Gay.
I know, but the only Great guess.
Quite.
The only sport that I enjoy watching on TV is baseball, and the only one that I'll go see
Goddamn right you
live is baseball.
Yeah. Well, it's so beautiful. I remember one time in high school where we were in this club. It was like an academic club, so it was a bunch of nerds. And every year, I hadn't been in it all the years of high school, but the 1 year I was, they always did a trip, and I was like, hey, we should go to a Ranger game. Because I knew that one of the teachers that was a sponsor was a baseball fan, and they were like, yeah, that's a good idea. So we went, and everyone, they were like, oh, what, baseball? No. And I was like, I mean, sorry, they said yes. I mean, I just suggested it. And it was weird because when we got there, they loved it. They're like, oh my God, how it's like a cathedral. Like it's so,
yeah.
The ballparks are huge and they're beautiful, and the grass and the dirt are manicured perfectly, and the sounds and the music and just everything.
Maybe we should plan a podcast trip to a Rangers game.
Or any,
just because they're close by as well.
Yeah, we could go when they make. I don't know if they're playing. I don't know interleague this year. Are they playing?
No, one more year we'll play the Rangers, and I go to that.
AL West.
Yeah, I go to that. But we do, and by we I mean me and Randy, get discounts for Round Rock Express games, so we could always go to a minor league game in Austin.
Let's do it.
That's gay.
No, you're gay.
No, Randy's gay.
I love it. Well, let me tell you.
No, it's great. I've been to Dell Diamond Ball. It's the best. It's awesome.
And Dell Diamond this year is, now the Round Rock Express are Astros affiliated as opposed to Rangers.
Oh, really?
And so they switched some stuff out. And also, they have really great beer prices.
Well, I can't go then. The Astros are my enemy.
Well,
I'm sorry, Yasko.
Then pay full price and go. But
no.
I would go to a Rangers game. I don't care. I'll go to any baseball game, wherever it may be, because baseball. And
I like to go to the Baylor games just to see local live baseball.
I'm going in a couple weeks. They're playing Texas, so that's when I go and wear my burnt orange and piss people off. It's a great time.
And maybe whenever the Waco Blue Cats finally start up.
Yeah, well, we'll just all hold our breath on that.
Yeah. So do you just don't like the Astros because of Yasko? I got my
no, because of the
almost call them the Astros.
The Astros. I never had a problem with them, actually. I would always, because the only teams that I never liked were the ones that would I used to hate the Yankees because every time the Rangers were in the playoffs, they played the Yankees the first round and they beat us.
Out, yeah.
And I'm like, shit, every time. And then the Astros weren't in the American League forever for their whole life until 2013, I guess. And even then, I didn't care, I guess, because they sucked. But even when they started getting better, I didn't care. But then Yasko hates the Rangers so much. And I used to be like, oh, well, the Astros, oh, good for them. They're doing good. Yeah. And he made me hate them. Like, he wouldn't let me just be, oh, okay, they're cool. He's like, no, fuck the Rangers. I'm going to make you hate that. Like, he made me. I blame him for my emotional problems too.
I really don't have any serious opinions. Like,
Of course you don't.
I'll just root for whoever
Has the
I'm
prettiest
there.
uniform.
I mean, maybe.
I don't like the NLE. Like,
I'm sorry about all the gay stereotypes today.
Yeah,
It's the
sorry.
alcohol.
I used to hate the Nationals a lot.
Don't be that guy.
But they got rid of Bryce Harper. So
Bryce
now,
Harper's an asshole.
thank you
Oh,
much.
okay. I thought you were going to fight me on it or something.
Fuck, I hate Bryce Harper,
He's
and I've
not-
been saying I don't care how great he is, how
And Trout's
fucking hot he is. 'Cause
Trout's-
he is hot, but he is
Trout's
an
better,
asshole.
actually.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just saw today that some major league poll voted Bryce Harper as the most overrated player of this season. I'm like, thank you.
Did you hear
We've
that,
been
Randy?
saying
A
that.
major league poll.
I got.
You're really going in hard.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Bryce Harper can suck a dick and not for fun. Just
Not
like
for fun.
he is the worst. I can't
He's just
stand.
such a hothead. He gets pissed all the. I'm like, you're awesome. Why are you so angry?
You know what? I think I haven't checked, but last I tuned in, though we lost today, he struck out all times he was at bat, so that makes my heart super
Good.
happy.
I hope that
because
was money well spent,
I
Phillies.
enjoy that $330 million. And stop what you're doing, podcast listeners, and
Stop the presses.
tune in to look up Bryce Harper's cleats he wore today to the game. Because if
Don't
you,
stop listening to the show right now.
No,
After
but
you finish the show,
listen
then
and
go.
look.
Oh, yeah, that's
that
true.
fool
Unless you have
wore with his red and white Phillies uniform a neon green pair of cleats that look like the Philly fanatic because he's trying to win people's opinions, but it just looked like shit because he's wearing neon green shoes with a red and white uniform. I
Yeah.
mean, talk about a fashion faux pas. I don't even care, bro. Like
This
it
is
was
very-
ugly.
Obviously not gay.
Obviously not gay.
This is perfect for anybody who loves baseball, but other people that don't listening or tuning or just not listening. But Cespedes too does that. You know Orlando Cespedes
Yeah,
he wears like
okay.
neon green armband,
I
wristbands
get that,
and
but
stuff.
this was just
Does he
like
really?
it's really out of character, and it just
Yeah,
looks
he's never done that
stupid.
before.
He's an asshole, and he can kiss my ass. Like he can fly to Waco, Texas. I will bend over bare ass, let him kiss my ass, and
Damn, girl.
I will find no joy in it because he is a dickhole, and you can quote me on that.
Would you
Suck
ever
a
love
dick.
it for somebody to kiss your ass? Though?
I mean,
Not really.
would that ever be enjoyable? Even if it's somebody you like. why
what
would-
kind of kissing? What area of the ass? Let's get a
I
little
mean-
more
cheek.
specific
Oh,
here.
here
I
it
mean,
is.
not a salad tosser, man.
Look at this shit, y'all.
Oh, gross! They're not
It
even
is-
like white with some neon. They're just
Yeah.
neon.
I see. Those are the Philly
Yeah,
fanatic
he's
eyes.
got the
Yeah.
Philly fanatic shoes, and I get it. He's just trying to be like, "Hey guys, look how great my
He's just
330."
sucking Philadelphia's collective.
He quote.
Dick.
He's kissing their ass.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Quote. I thought it would be cool. Quote. Just bring some fun to the game. And the Philly fanatics
fun
always
enough.
happy. You know what? Fuck. Just suck it, Bryce
But
Harper.
You can
Ask
go. You can go bang
let me
the
ask
Philly
you.
fanatic.
Let me ask you. If he was a player that you liked and he did that, would you say, "Oh, it's cute.
No,
it's kind of like
oh,
whimsical and
see,
I
cute."
can be critical of a player I like. I mean, I
Yeah.
can say,
Oh, I
"Whoa, man,
can
what are you
too.
doing?"
Let me go. Okay, I'm about to go super deep inside baseball here. Okay. So Bryce Harper, there was really when it was up until after spring training that it was like, who's he going to sign with? Who's he going to sign
I
with?
mean, it went into spring training. It started right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I really had prepared myself for him to go to the Braves. And I was like,
Big mistake.
he's going to the Braves. I'm just going to prepare myself because I hate him so much because he's done shit like he would fly when we played the Nationals in Atlanta. He would go to bat and like drag his foot across the A.
Yeah.
Just a dick move.
What a
Just,
jerk.
Like he was just such a dick, and he did that whole thing when he was a rookie that I can't get past, where he's like, "Why are you clowning, bro? Don't clown me, bro." And I'm like, "You're
To
an
who?
asshole." Just the press. He was
Oh.
just a dick. Anyway, so I'd prepared myself. I was like, "Okay,
Would you?
He's going to.
Would you have accepted him?
I don't know. I gave myself a good 2 months to get over it, like deal with it.
Get over
Yeah,
it.
and I tried to deal
We're
with
not doing
it.
that today.
And then when I heard he went to the Phillies, I felt like it was a collective just sigh of relief. Like, But then we had to fucking play them the first game of the season. But I will say this, he got shit today. He was 3 at bats. He did score a run, but he struck out twice and he got walked once. So like whatever. His batting average after one game is .000. So suck a dick, Bryce Harper.
Because I'm sure he won't do anything all year.
So you're going to be mad if I say he's in my fantasy league?
Yeah. Also, I want to say,
have a fantasy
I
league.
was like, is that a joke?
I just want to say like how masculine my side of this conversation is right now. And I'm not only am I the most manly of the 3 of us right now talking shit on a baseball player, but also I'm the only one of the 3 of us that is drinking my whiskey straight. They're all like, oh, I got to put some soda in it. I'm like, yeah, who's got balls?
Yeah, but I'm probably already drunk.
Well, you know what? It's not my fault.
Is that why you're already being a jerk?
It is my fault. Guess what? I'm going to top off.
Oh, Lord.
Be a pal, top me off. Oh, wait, I topped myself off. Okay.
There you go.
Anyway, moving on. Baseball.
Well, I guess we don't get to have any more.
Well, sorry, bitches. You got that tequila rose.
And I'm good because I'm a lightweight and this is going to be plenty.
And you're
for me.
driving, too.
Yeah, and I have to drive home.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just going to pass
I'm
out on
using
the
that
couch.
Irish in me. Hey,
It's already past St. Patty's
There's no
Day.
Manischewitz here for me.
You know what? I still have a shit ton of Manischewitz
I know
in my
you
house.
do.
You Jewing it up?
You're the
God.
most Jewy non-Jew
Yeah.
that I know.
I'm a Jewy Gentile. I'm Jew.
Why did I forget the word for Gentile really quick?
Who's the worst Jew? Not me.
So
tell us something back, because we're obviously a shit show over here.
Yeah, we're gonna do the news desk bit, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll come back.
Awesome.
And then you'll do your you have lady stuff.
I got some lady bits.
and I've got some
Randy's
I
got
finally
some
got to talk about the
stuff.
episode of Friends you made me watch from
right.
like a fucking month ago.
We
Yeah.
also need to talk about Drag Race.
Yeah.
And
It's all
the
co-
other video that I made Mel watch.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about it.
After the break. But
Yes.
first, let's go over to the oh man, do I have this queued up here? Where is it at? All right, let's go over to the new. Yeah, thanks.
I'm singing.
It's like like elevator music. Thank you.
Well,
We're gonna go over to Mac at the news desk.
Ooh.
Thanks, Mac. So anyway, from the top stories today, Big Bang Theory star Johnny Galecki trolled a Jeopardy contestant on Instagram who botched his name during a taping of the classic game show. This is really, before I finish, this is really just because I fucking hate the Big Bang Theory.
Same.
Do you like it?
I don't really
Get
care.
out.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying I don't really like it. I don't hate it. I don't really have an opinion. I'm just like,
Sorry.
meh, whatever.
It's the worst thing ever. And this really isn't necessarily a jokey joke. It's just like me just wanting to say shit. So the contestant botched Johnny Galecki's name. It's fitting that the contestant botched Galecki's name when the Big Bang Theory has completely botched ever being funny.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
No,
Waka,
I just told you it wasn't really a joke. Just me saying it's not funny.
But no, I mean it's absolutely true.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Icelandic budget carrier WoW Air has ceased operations and canceled its flights. These cancellations have left passengers stranded on both sides of the Atlantic. This is going. This punchline's going way back. You guys may not even know. I'm just preparing you. So,
you know what's great when you break in the middle of the joke to explain the second half of the joke before we get to it.
Yeah, but I'm not even explaining why it's funny. I'm saying I'm preparing you so it's not. You don't give me so much hate. Okay. So let me start over. Icelandic budget carrier WoW Air has ceased operations and canceled its flight. These cancellations have left passengers stranded on both sides of the Atlantic. When reached for comment, all passengers had the same response.
I hate Iceland!
All right.
Cricket chirp.
That
cricket
was from,
chirp.
you guys don't remember like a few years ago when that volcano erupted in Iceland and all the ash caused all the air travel to be grounded?
Yeah, but
They were interviewing somebody stranded, and just some drunk guy in the airport just just came over and said that. I love that.
Oh, Iceland.
No, I hate Iceland.
I hate
I
Iceland.
hate Iceland.
Some Scottish guy?
Irish.
Is that
Sounds
Irish?
Such a-
I hate Iceland.
Some drunken
I hate
Celtic man.
Iceland.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit a Guinness.
Yeah.
I hate Iceland.
I lost count of how many Guinness I
Take
had
a
on
shot.
St.
Take a
Patrick's Day.
shot.
All right.
Every time you hear I hate Iceland.
All right.
Yeah. If you insist. A Texas official apologizes after telling Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo to speak English after she spoke at a news conference about a massive chemical fire. Actually, just an aside, she actually delivered the news in English and Spanish. The official had a hard time understanding it after it was reported that his native language is old douchebag.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Not funny, but fuck that dude.
Yeah, for
Fuck
real.
that dude.
You guys try writing some stuff, all right?
I
The winner
Okay.
of the $768 million Powerball jackpot in Wisconsin faces a big tax bill, officials say. You can read all about this and all about the story and others like it in this week's edition of No Shit Magazine.
Okay.
I don't need that every time.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I think you do something like that.
And finally, a sad story. In India, a teenager has died as a result of a tapeworm infestation in his brain.
Oh, shit.
Upon hearing the reports of this news story, Charlie Sheen commented, "Wait just a sec, just tapeworms?"
I am fully shaking my head. You can't see it, but just imagine me shaking my head at that comment.
It's the shaking of a head of somebody who doesn't write anything to bring to the
bitch, I bring shit. Ugh.
show. You just read off your phone. This
know
is
what?
written on
I
cardstock.
I had
Well,
stuff to
maybe
talk
learn-
about, but it just went to baseball for 20
Learn to
minutes.
write better.
You can talk. I think. Well,
Just
okay.
kidding.
no,
Sorry.
it's fine. You're fine. No, that's fine. It's
Bingo
fine.
loves
it's
you.
fine. So, what are we doing after the break?
We got
We're
Lady
talk-
Bits.
we're
We
talking-
got Randy's.
Animos TV and
Animos
celebrities.
TV.
Animos TV.
And, I got
whatever else comes
tongue-kissing
up.
with Bingo, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. All that and hopefully not more tongue kissing on the Weekly Yak. Stick around.
More Weekly Yak coming right up. Welcome back to the Weekly Yak with Mac,
Pretend you're somewhere else and just take it.
Mel,
Not to say, that I'm a cherry, because that's been gone for a while.
Hey.
and Randy.
You have
Gotta-
trouble finding the sweet spot sometimes?
It's the Weekly Yak.
I promise once we have more episodes together, we'll have, I'll update that. So it's not the same thing.
Totally fine. I'm over here getting Me Too'd by Bingo.
There you go.
And during the break, we were just discussing how amazing David Letterman was and how much we miss him.
Because he was on Ellen last week.
He's
I
aight.
miss David Letterman so much. Fuck you, bro.
I would
He's
only
my-
talk shit about him just because you both expressed how much you love watching
I
his
love
show.
him so
all right.
much. He's such a comic genius, and I wish I was that smart.
I wish Letterman would have got the Tonight Show, and then I wish Conan would have kept the Tonight Show.
Yeah,
or Jay Leno taking it back.
I love Conan, but yeah, the whole thing. What ifs? Moving on.
So you watched Friends.
Oh, let's talk
Randy,
about
okay.
Animosity TV. We
Randy-
got some Animosity TV.
Okay, so anybody that listens to this podcast or that knows me even like remotely well knows that I do not enjoy the show Friends.
If you had to pick between Friends and The Big Bang Theory, what would you pick?
Oh, why do you make
The $1 million question. You got to
I
pick
mean,
Friends. Come
Fuck,
on.
Mary,
Okay,
kill.
I would watch Friends only because it doesn't enrage me.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Like
wait,
Big
wait.
Bang Theory.
Pause. Fuck, Mary, kill, Big Bang Theory, Friends, and 2.5 Men.
Shit. Okay. I would kill Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
because like not only is the writing bad, it's just like, hey, look at this guy that's probably autistic and all these fucking
I know.
nerds.
No, it's. I was reading an article. It's like if you wanted a way to laugh at somebody with Asperger's syndrome, then you watch The Big Bang Theory.
I mean, that's pretty much it. So I would kill Big Bang Theory because they're just hashtag fake nerds.
But it's not even clever nerd writing. It's like, hey, look at these nerds.
Oh, no, that's exactly
they're
it.
nerds.
And none
It's
of the
not-
jokes like that involve the nerd shit are even funny by their own means. It's just, ha, 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 they just said a bunch of nerdy shit that doesn't actually make sense. But I'm going to laugh because I'm a redneck that doesn't know the fucking difference.
But
It's the smartest show on
I
TV.
will say this in defense of Big Bang Theory is the male.
I disagree. I don't even know what you're gonna say.
You
I
will,
disagree.
you will agree. The male co-stars fought to make sure their female co-stars got paid the same as them, so they all got equal pay.
Okay.
Friends did that.
It's still
too,
a shitty show.
Yeah, they did, but Friends was different.
Okay,
But
so-
anyway,
You mean
moving
better?
on.
So who would
Yes.
I fuck and who would I marry?
Yeah,
And
No, you
Two
would
and a Half Men and
fuck
Friends.
2.5 Men and not call them back because they suck, and then marry
Yeah,
Friends.
Charlie Sheen, yo.
You know, yeah, you would
Hashtag winning.
wear a rubber if you know. Remember
Double
the
bag.
joke? Remember the joke before the break?
okay, I'll let you answer for me. Sure, that works.
Double
I already
bag that shit if you're fucking 2.5. But I will say this, John Cryer.
He's looking okay now.
I love you, John Cryer.
Well,
He
it's
also is the host
much.
of the Undisclosed Addendum podcast
I mean,
that I like.
you make bad choices when it comes to 2.5 Men, but you're an amazing person.
Well, it's like
Agreed.
the guy that plays Howard on Big Bang Theory. He's so freaking funny. Like when he's on talk shows, he can do impressions. He can do a Nicolas Cage impression, and he is crazy Nicolas Cage. It's so
Well,
hilarious. And I'm like, what are you
and
doing on Big Bang Theory?
real talk, people, the 5 people that listen to this podcast.
Yeah, it's probably
hit
probably
the,
less than that.
Hit the social media and support the TV show Speechless, because the guy that plays
Yes.
Howard on Big Bang Theory plays the dad on Speechless.
And it's actually a good show.
Oh my God. I love that show so much. It's so amazing. The writing is great. It talks about what it's like to be a family of someone with a disability.
Yeah.
And it's such a very clever, amazing show that is a comedy dealing with a disability, which
Yeah.
you don't see very often.
Minnie Driver.
And Minnie Driver. And
She's
he's-
still hot.
What's his
there's-
name?
I follow Mason Cook, who plays the middle brother Ray on it, and it's just such a great show. So, guys, Speechless is on the bubble of getting canceled, and it does not deserve
All
to
the
be.
actual good shows are always
Yeah.
That's always
It
happening.
doesn't deserve to be. And Zach Anner is a writer on that show, and Zach Anner has cerebral palsy, and he is a comedian from Austin who I fell in love with years ago when he was in Austin, and he moved to LA. And not only has he been on Speechless, he is one of the writers on Speechless. So I am all about saving the show because it is a really good show, and we need a show that deals with who America is. It's not just these rich white people or these pretty people. It's these poor weirdos that, you know, people have disabilities and they're dealing with different things in their life. And it's such a great show. So if you do nothing, you should, it's on Hulu. You should binge watch Speechless because the writing is great. The family is great. You just should watch this show.
Have you
That's
seen
all
the
I'm saying.
Geico commercial where they obviously make it a point to have a couple that's both unattractive? The guy that's doing, he's what's it called when you go to a Japanese cuisine and they're doing the
yeah. All I see is the stupid commercials that are like the paper towel T-shirts and whatever. Those are like Geico. That doesn't sound right.
Geico commercial. Oh, okay.
Those are the worst, and they constantly show on Hulu.
My
I
favorite
hate those
commercials
people.
are the AT&T commercials, especially the doctor one. Just okay is not necessarily
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
The guy's like, guess who just got reinstated? Well, not officially.
Not really.
It's so funny. He's like, are you nervous? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll see you in there.
So do you want to know my opinion on Friends or?
Yes,
No.
sorry.
I want to talk
Let's-
about. I want to talk about
Animosity.
commercials some more.
Animosity TV. That's the thing.
What's your
for
favorite
animosity.
Budweiser commercial? Okay, go ahead.
But why?
Yeah.
Okay. So you two recommended this episode specifically because it has Chandler's dad, who is
It was
played
a
by-
theme. We were all like, I was watching
Yeah.
a drag
Drag
queen thing, and you were doing a
race.
thing.
because
Yeah.
Chandler's dad is a drag queen played by Kathleen
Kathleen
Turner.
Turner.
But I don't know if the two of you remember the two other storylines going on. One
Nope.
where Ross and Rachel steal Monica's car that is
the Porsche.
That is a really nice Porsche.
Yeah.
And they don't let Rachel drive because she's a reckless driver.
And
And
the
the
Is that
other
when he
one,
flirts? He tries to flirt with the
Yes.
cop?
yeah, and
Yes.
they try to flirt their way out
That's
of the
great.
cop.
Yeah.
Where the only good joke in the episode comes from.
No.
And then the
Lied.
Incorrect.
And then the other subplot where Phoebe is dating a guy and he's talking to Joey and he bends over and he's wearing Phoebe's underwear.
Oh, right.
And then Joey ends
Joey
up
tries
wearing
to... Yeah.
ladies'
Yes,
underwear.
yes.
This whole episode is just like not to get too like
It's very
PC.
gender bending.
It's very like people having issues with like traditional masculinity and like questioning.
That's true. I never thought of
and-
it that way.
We
And-
never we just were like, oh, Kathleen Turner, that's a fun episode.
She's
So we're
really a
talking
man.
about
And-
drag queens, yeah.
A few, and like this was later in the series. It was like season 7.
Yeah.
So it would have been in like 2001 or 2002. There are like relatively famous drag queens that could have played Kathleen Turner's
Yeah, like
role.
Coco Peru is in that episode, correct? I want to
No,
say
I would have remembered. I think if I saw Coco
I don't know.
Peru.
Coco, I know Coco is in a lot of Will and Grace episodes.
I mean,
But-
fucking put Patrick Swayze in a wig. He was already a drag queen in the movie. I mean, and
Too
like,
long fu. That's a
Chad
good- that's a good
Michaels was a
movie.
relatively well-known like drag queen
Oh,
at the
Chad
time.
Michaels.
So what
like-
did you think of it?
I mean, it was shitty writing. It was bad jokes. It wasn't that clever. The funniest part of it was when Rachel's flirting with a cop when she gets pulled over.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, what's your sign?" She's like, "Oh, it's," and it's like such shitty writing. I don't even remember what she says. And she
Shitty
and
writing.
he's like, "Oh yeah, are you?" She goes, "Oh, are you this?" And he's like, "No." She goes, "Oh, are you this?" He's like, "No." She goes, "Oh, are you a Sagittarius?" He goes, "Yep." She goes, "Oh, I knew it. I knew it."
Well,
And
in
that's
all
only because I
honesty-
have an interest in astrology.
In all
That's
but-
what I was going to say. That's why you like that joke, is because you're all
Exactly.
about astrology.
In all honesty, the end of any series kind of peters out. I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10 is not the best.
You forgot about
funniest-
1 through 6, though.
Oh,
2 through 4 are probably my favorite seasons. It's just, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, but we thought if there was an episode, you would
Yeah, that's why we
probably
picked it.
like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't like a. I mean, because honestly, my favorite episode is probably season 3. I think it's season 3. It's the one with the. I remember the official episode. It's like the one with the video, and it's the one where Rachel finds out that Ross was gonna go to prom with her because she got stood up. Like,
Yep.
and Fat Monica. It's the first time we see Fat Monica.
Yeah.
Like, that's my absolute favorite episode of Friends. But which is funny because my favorite character on all of Friends is Phoebe, and it's probably
Yeah.
because I'm really more of a Phoebe than I am any other character on that show. But,
Did you take the quiz?
Oh yeah,
And
every
you're a
time.
Phoebe?
Yeah, every time it's
Which
like
friend are you?
Actually, my husband, which was really sweet, a few years ago for Christmas, bought, because he is 100% Chandler, and on our world, Chandler and Phoebe got married. So in our bedroom, we have a pop vinyl.
Oh,
no,
okay.
not sexy. We have a pop vinyl of Phoebe and a pop vinyl of Chandler that live in our bedroom because he's Chandler and
Pop
I'm Phoebe.
vinyl. What the hell is that? Is
Yeah,
it on the
those
wall?
like little pop vinyl dolls.
They're like those little like
There's
action figures with the
action
big heads.
figures.
Oh, like that Leela up there on the
No,
bookshelf?
no,
Not like
no.
that?
I'll show you.
Nah, that's all right.
You've
It's fine. I
seen
don't
you've
care.
seen him.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually just went to Bankston's, not a sponsor, but I love them, today and purchased 2 pop vinyl
Of?
prints.
Oh.
Prints. So I got Purple Rain Prince, and he's in that purple jacket
Mhm.
and purple pants. And then I also got the Raspberry Beret Prince, which is
Nice.
that cloud suit, because I fucking love Prince. I don't know why I whispered.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give this episode of Friends a solid 5.
Okay. Well,
Because-
that's good for you.
That's
Because-
safe.
While I had issues with it, none of it actively like made me angry or upset, and it was fine. So I'll give it a 5.
Well,
Whereas any episode of The Big Bang Theory is going to be rated a 2 at most.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. So, I mean, that's safe. You don't have to love Friends. I mean,
a
here's
5
the,
is impressive for me.
Real-
I'm happy with that.
real talk. I mean, not to pull that out again, but you are a millennial. You
Pull
weren't.
I never pull
you
out.
were not here
You
during.
have to stick it in the first place.
You weren't here during the Friends when it was actually
Frenzy.
on air.
I mean, Friends
Frenzy.
ended and I was 11.
yeah, like Friends was a huge deal when I was in,
Phenomenon.
When I was in college and I was specifically living in England, the season before I moved to England was when...
Specifically?
No, here's why I know this.
Not generally.
No, it's specifically.
I know.
It's when Ross married Emily. And people were like, fuck, no, he can't marry that British bitch. And I moved to England, and American shows were like 3 weeks to a month behind in England. And I saw that the actress that played Emily already had a new show, and she was a star of a show in England. And so I emailed, because it was the 90s,
shit.
emailed all my friends in America and was like, guys, don't worry.
People still email.
Yeah, but back then that was it.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, hey, Ross and Emily are not going to work out because Emily already has a show in England. And everyone's like, I'm so glad, because obviously Ross and Rachel should be together. But once again, that was the 90s, and that's how things worked. And, you know, it was back in the time where we didn't have to worry about DVR and digital, and like you had to watch it every week because it was water cooler talk.
Unless you taped it.
And even if you did tape it, like even no matter how late you came home, you watched it so you can talk about it with people. And it's not that, you know, there's really not shows that way. Really, not really. I mean, maybe Game of Thrones or Walking Dead, but there's not a lot of shows like that today.
Game of Thrones comes back in 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for Game of Thrones.
I wonder if I can binge watch the entire series in 2 weeks.
I can't watch.
I doubt I can, but I'm almost willing to try it.
Here's the thing. I can't watch the whole thing again because there's too much emotion, but I do want to watch the last season just to prepare myself.
I agree.
I want to get there because I can't watch Sansa get raped again. Spoiler alert. And I can't deal with even though I fucking love the Red Wedding or Joffrey dying. Fuck that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't want to watch that again. I just want to watch that last season and prepare for it and get ready. I've been watching every little spoiler and teaser, and oh my God, I've read all the books and we're past the point of where the books are, so I have no idea what the fuck's happening now. So anyway, TV shows.
Okay,
let's
hear
about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, before we do that, I want to ask Melissa. So I assigned Melissa to watch this YouTube video that I probably should have assigned Mac to, because I don't know if Mac's seen it either. And it's something that my friends made me watch in college that is so disturbing.
2 Girls, 1 Cup?
No. It's a YouTube video, and it's called Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. Have you heard of this, Mac?
No. You mean Shrek, the cartoon character?
Like Shrek from the Dream,
watch it
like Mike
after
Myers.
this recording.
We can watch it now.
Oh no!
Is it long?
No,
it's like 3 minutes.
No.
But I just want, because I was holding back. I was probably crying, laughing, holding back. Like
so
laughter.
It's funny.
Well, it's funny.
Right?
No, I was laughing because I was watching her watch it, and
it's
I
like a reaction
know,
video thing.
And this was a while back, just because I've been gone. But what did you think?
Okay, so
anybody listening to this, pause this, go watch Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life,
and come back.
Okay,
first off, we found out after we watched apparently the first part, there are continuing sagas to this
that I have not watched either,
and I don't want to watch the continuing parts, but part of me does because I want to know. But who cares if I spoil this? Basically, this dude is like obsessed with Shrek, and randomly Shrek appears and just
after his dad calls him names and is mean to him.
Yeah, and apparently Shrek comes and just fucks this dude in the ass. And I was like,
it's the best thing I ever heard.
Well, when Randy made me watch this, I was like, first off, what the fuck? And then second off, when I watched it, I was like, what the fuck? And I gave that look like when people ask you to do like a really hard math problem, they're like, hey, divide 2,555 by like 87 and 0.3. And you're like, what? In your head. That's
smell the fart acting.
Yeah, that's the face. That's a Friends reference.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
I made that face like, what? And I watched it and I was still like, what? And I honestly can't tell you what I watched because it is so fucking weird.
The best line after he's fucking him and his dad walks in, he looks at his dad, he goes, It's not ogre.
I
What a
don't
pun.
know. Math is hard. That's all I can say. I
okay.
don't know. But RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes. RuPaul's Drag
Well,
Race.
see, that's the thing. I didn't like. I didn't hate. Like, I don't hate RuPaul or hate drag queens. It was interesting. I mean, it's not.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like, ugh.
Did you have any serious opinions about any part of it? Because you watched the first episode after we left.
Yes.
Yeah, you should. We watched the intro together.
Meet the
Yes.
Queens.
Meet the Queens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was funny. I
Yeah.
mean, I wish I had like some strong feelings. I mean,
Well, you can.
it wasn't like,
continue
oh,
watching.
screw these queens.
because it comes on in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
VH1.
So Randy and I have watched. We're caught up, and like 2 weeks ago, it was like, oh shit, like shit went down.
Oh my god.
Well, see,
But-
okay, here's the thing. So it's not specific to RuPaul or anything. I just don't like reality shows.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
I just don't like. I mean, anything manufactured. You know, some of it's manufactured. It's
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
be. Like, that's more of the thing. You know, that was like
I
a
get
good
it.
one-off. I'm like, oh, okay.
This is the only reality show that I actively watch.
Me too. And when I was in Austin a couple weeks ago, I actually saw the winner. I mentioned this last week. The winner of last seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Of All Stars.
Yeah, Trinity the Tuck, and it was
The
you
Tuck?
Know, that's
The
her
Tuck.
name,
Like,
Trinity.
she-
the
'cause she
Tuck,
tucks
yeah,
her,
because
uh,
she sticks her
Because
dick
the
in between
illusion
us.
of
Yeah, I got it.
origami folding your
I got it.
genitals
I got
to
it.
give the illusion of female
Yeah,
genitalia.
stop.
But-
I got it.
Yeah, but I saw her, and it's I've seen many of the RuPaul's Drag Race queens live on doing performances and what have you in various cities, and it's one of those things that like I was the first season of American Idol. I would say the first 2 seasons I was like sold on it, and then I just don't care about reality competitions. I just got over it. But for some
Well, just
reason,
strictly singing, like there's so many, like there's variety ones now, so it's kind of, and that came back too. American
and
Idol came back.
Survivor, I don't care, but for some
Bachelor,
reason,
what about The Bachelor?
I
What's
hate
up with
The
that?
Bachelor.
That's still on.
Yeah, I don't understand.
What about the sanctity of marriage?
Oh, okay.
That should be between a man and a woman.
A man and a man. Now let me tell you,
Only.
if they made a gay bachelor or
They
a gay
did.
bachelorette,
Finding
like,
Prince Charming. It was on Logo.
no. If they made
No, not on some of
the
the-
Bachelor
Yeah.
on ABC,
Not some network buried in cable, like a network.
Yeah. I would be all for that, but I just don't care. But RuPaul's Drag Race, well, first off, I love RuPaul. Like, RuPaul is an icon and amazing. And, like,
Would gay guys be catty to each other on the Gay Bachelor?
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a
Watch
stereotype.
a single
that's
episode of Finding Prince Charming. Absolutely.
but it's not. That's not a stereotype. Like that's like a real. Okay.
I mean, it is a stereotype that is also kind of.
But if
in
Well,
truth.
they all always are rooted in truth.
if
Somewhere.
it's a competition, like, if you have a bunch
Anybody's going to be catty. I
if
guess.
you have a bunch of gay guys like competing over a role in a theater production, yeah, they're going to be a bunch of bitches.
it's going to be straight up alley cats.
Two gays look at
Yes.
each other and one of them says, "I'm the supreme." The other one says, "No, bitch, I'm the supreme."
yeah, and they start singing Dream Girls.
Yep.
Do you like the movie The Birdcage?
That's fine.
Okay,
no,
all right.
it's so good.
It is good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right.
It's so good.
Anyway, lady bits.
Anyways, lady bits.
It's almost
oh,
we're
wait.
getting running out of time here.
Oh, who cares? No one cares. All right, so lady.
Oh, I also want to say,
Oh.
Cardi B trying to trademark copyright. Oh, fuck off, bitch.
First off,
How is she?
Aside from the like sketchy stuff she's involved in right now with the like drugging people and robbing
Did you see
them.
they had a meme of the Chappelle show when he was playing Rick James and he comes into Charlie Murphy's place and says, "Nice
Fuck your couch.
Well, no, but it's before. He's like, "Nice place, Knuckle." He's like, "That's Cardi B before."
Oh, he went there.
Don't do.
No.
Take it back.
I get you.
That's
I get,
that's the line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you didn't
but-
have to say it.
But I understand. But I will say this about Cardi B.
If I'm quoting it, it's fine.
There was a like.
Yes, I'll say it again.
No, there's a meme of Cardi
my
B, like all the shit she's been accused of next to Bill Cosby. Ooh,
Okay.
and fuck
Like
you,
Bill
Cardi B.
Cosby esque
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
Good lord.
she was
good. I don't like her.
She fucked dudes for money. Like she talked
We
about
fuck dwarves in the ass.
fucking dudes for like drugging them. Like, you know,
But that's
what?
okay. She's brave. She's
know,
brave.
no.
And she.
You know what I said?
my point. Go ahead.
weeks ago on this very podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Team Nicki Minaj. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I think that there's room for multiple
divas.
multiple divas in the hip hop realm. There should be. It shouldn't be like, okay, Nicki Minaj is out, like Lil' Kim was out, and then it was Nicki,
Lil' Kim.
and now it's Cardi.
You remember
I
when
think
she
there's
wore
room
that
for
dress with
everybody
her
at the
boob
table,
out? That was the best.
like Janet.
I like other people at the table, but Cardi B is shady AF, and I said that from day one. But no one listened to me because she's Cardi B, and I'm like, whatever, bitch.
I mean, just don't drug people.
Yeah, don't
Just,
drug people.
period.
It's not hard. I've never done it. If you can, I mean, I just don't do that.
I mean, I
don't
did it that
roofie
one time,
people.
but to escape.
Oh.
That's okay. Yeah.
All right, so Lady
And
Bits.
I got away from R. Kelly, and now I'm free.
Oh, poor R. Kelly. He's so
Fuck R. Kelly. Poor
I
R.
know,
Kelly.
I know.
Fuck him.
Okay. All right.
All right, so
a
Lady
little drunk.
Bits.
Yeah,
Lady
So
Bits.
we were talking earlier about some of our heroes like Conan O'Brien and David Letterman and Johnny Carson. Well, this week on my talking about Lady Bits that I'm super excited to talk about is Lily Singh, who is joining their ranks. Lily Singh was hired by Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, and she's going to take over Carson Daly's slot as the late night
Last call.
host. Last call.
Yeah.
And yes, that's late at night, whatever. But here's the thing that's amazing about Lily Singh. First off, she's the first woman of late night. When you think about it, we have not had a female late night host at all. So that's really exciting.
So it's a sad.
Didn't
it's
Joan
a sad
Rivers have
day
her
for
own show?
Not like
Who?
this. No, Joan Rivers was on E, and it was
Samantha.
Oh, it
Samantha
wasn't like
Bee.
prime time.
Oh,
But
you mean a network show, like on a network show? Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we've
Okay,
got
my
Lily
bad.
Singh. But the most important thing, sorry, fuck Samantha Bee and Joan Rivers, is Lily Singh is a woman of color. She is an Indian woman, and she is Canadian, which is amazing. And she's going to be the new last call person on NBC, and I'm so excited, and she is so excited because she's like, who knew this day would ever come? And
Nobody will know either because it's on so late.
It is true, but
Oh, her. Okay,
Yeah.
I just had to Google her because I've seen her face. I didn't know her by name. Okay, got you.
But I'm excited for
Let
the
me see.
idea because
Jody, go
there
ahead.
should be, well, not just more women in late night hosts, but people of color. Because outside of Trevor Noah,
Yeah.
there's not really any. If you're not a white male, you can't be on late night outside of Trevor Noah. And so it's amazing that not only it's our first woman of late night, but she's also a woman of color. So I am all about Lily Singh. You go, girl.
I like it.
I got your back.
I always thought Aisha Tyler would be a really good late night.
She was
I
on Talk. She was on
love-
Talk Soup for a while.
She
love her.
was, and she was on The Talk, and I love Aisha Tyler.
She's
So
great on Archer. I love her. And,
She
she's
has
really
a
funny
great
in Archer.
podcast, by the way, not to competition, but I
Yeah.
love her. She's amazing.
Well, any Funny Famous is going to.
She's so great. But then my other kind of lady bit situation is I'm really excited. I've talked to Randy about this a little bit, but tomorrow morning I've set an alarm. Not just an alarm to wake up, but an alarm to make sure I do this. At 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I am ordering myself tickets to meet Linda Carter.
Oh, Wonder
And-
Woman.
Yes. Okay, here's the thing. I mentioned before on this podcast how much I love Wonder Woman, but what you have to know as a Gen Xer, and especially a woman Gen Xer growing up, really the only empowering woman outside of Carrie Fisher, and as I talked about, Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke and Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, was Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. I own all the seasons on DVD. I grew up, like, lack of a better word, worshiping Wonder Woman. My parents have pictures of me dressed in Wonder Woman underoos with my dad's cowboy boots on because that was like the tall thigh-high boots I could have. And I was obsessed with Wonder Woman, and I always have been. I love Wonder Woman. She was a hero to me because she was strong and she didn't need to be rescued, and she was amazing. And of course I love Gal Gadot. I love the comic books. I love Wonder Woman, but Linda Carter to me as a millennial, she is and will always be Wonder Woman. And 2 days ago
Are you a millennial?
yeah, Oh no, not fuck no, Gen Xer.
Okay.
Sorry, as a Gen Xer, I drink whiskey, guys. As
A Gen Xer with 2 X chromosomes.
Yes, she is Wonder Woman, and she's always been Wonder Woman. I adore her, and my mom met her like 5 or 6 years ago in California, and when my mom sent me a picture with Linda Carter, and I'm in my 30s at that point, I'm looking at this picture, and I'm just like 5-year-old Melissa crying because my mom is with Wonder Woman. And it's like, oh my God, like my mom is with Wonder Woman. And the first weekend of May, she's coming to Dallas and I'm buying tickets and I'm actually going to get to meet her. And it's a really unique experience for me because I understand that Linda Carter is not Wonder Woman, but she's so much shaped who I am today as a grown-up adult person and an adult woman that I am like, I can't deal with it. There are 3 people in my life that really meant a lot to my life. Well, I guess 4 people that I've wanted to meet. One was Stan Lee, and I met him. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. I love you. Second was Adam West, also rest in peace. Third was Loretta Lynn. I've not met her, but I have seen her twice in person, and I adore her. And then Linda Carter is the last of that list of people that made me who I am. What they've done have shaped me as an individual. And so like I'm in some serious like personal women's empowerment shit right now because I am, in a little over a month going to meet her. And so I can't wait to talk about it after the fact. But right now I am trying to hold my shit together because she really shaped me. And I know she's an actress on a really cheesy 70s TV show, but as a child growing up and watching those episodes, she taught me a lot about who I could be. And, we've talked about boys, you had those shows like that, but women at the time especially didn't have things like that. So for me, I mean, it is like...
Are you about to cry?
No, I'm trying not to.
Okay.
But it's like the star on the top of the Christmas tree. It cannot get any brighter. So I just want to say that I am beyond excited and thrilled tomorrow morning to spend way too much money so I can meet Linda Carter in person and kind of have this era of my life just kind of come full circle that she is... I mean, she is an amazing actress and a beautiful singer and all these things, but like she, as Wonder Woman, was my hero. Like a few years ago, she talked to the UN about women's rights as Linda Carter, but as in means of Wonder Woman. And oh my God, it spoke so deeply to me because it's like, oh my God, Wonder Woman's talking to the UN, but she's Linda Carter, So like it's a lot. It's a lot of lady bits today to say that I am thrilled to say that I'm going to meet Wonder Woman for real in a few weeks, and I can't deal with it. So
I watched Super Troopers 2 this weekend, and she's in that. That's my contribution.
Ooh, I got to watch that.
Because she was in the first one. She's the governor.
Yeah.
And then she's in the second one, too.
She's also in Supergirl, which I'm not much because I don't really like Superman or Supergirl. But
It's okay.
But I mean, I do love her. So
she's the president.
She is the president, and oh my God,
she's an alien.
I would vote. I don't care.
What?
I would vote for her. I would. Linda Carter 2020.
Veep's in its last season. Speaking of women president shows or whatever,
I
women
do.
presidents.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good show. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, I enjoy her a lot. I also enjoy Tony Hale. I've started the new season of Arrested Development, but I've not finished it yet. But I do a Buster.
You do what?
Buster. Tony Hale.
Oh,
on
I
Veep.
thought you said. Sorry.
He's Buster.
I thought you said bust her. I'm like, who?
No.
Oh,
Buster.
Buster.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be with you. I mean, I won't be
I'm
there
gonna
physically
be
with you,
you,
but I'm probably also going to buy one of those tickets just for my husband because he also is an extreme diehard Wonder Woman fan for different reasons than you are. But I think that'd be great for the two of you to go.
I think there's going to be a lot of hand holding and crying. It's going to be like
sure.
therapy.
If I'm gonna hopefully just because he doesn't listen to this, but I'm gonna buy it for him and then hopefully surprise him with it.
Yeah.
If I'm able to afford it and get it, I don't know
Yeah.
how much it is, but we'll see.
Yeah. So that's my lady bits for the week is very empowering.
There you go.
Now you know.
And yeah, the more you know.
The more you know.
Now you know. Yeah. Well, all right. I don't.
Sounds good to
I
me.
don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, that's what happens when you drink whiskey.
Get up.
And I need to rush home to watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ooh.
Is it almost? At 8. Starting
Yeah.
at 8. Anybody got anything to plug? Anybody do anything?
No.
Nope. I am free with my life.
Yeah, me too. I don't have time to do any shows because my father just passed away, and I'm dealing with all the shit from that. And that's why I was
that
gone.
Was a family thing.
Yeah.
I think
I'm doing okay.
Katie's
Love
in
y'all.
Mamma Mia, though. I think
She is.
The one
She's
that
in
was on
Mamma
the show
Mia.
last
That's
week.
going to be like the first and second weekend in May
Yeah.
So we'll do a promo or promote her
on her behalf.
Yeah, since she's not here this week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll be a short ending today. So that's it. Everybody good?
Sounds good.
Thanks for the whiskey.
Goodbye.
Of course, anytime.
It was
Bye,
good.
guys.
All right. Thanks for listening as always. We'll catch you guys next time right here on the Weekly Yak. Goodbye.
That was awesome.
Thanks for listening to the Weekly Yak.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Check us out at Weekly Yak. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Lighthouses rule.
And subscribe to us on iTunes.
Keep looking up, because that's where it all is.